Hello, hello. Welcome to Ram and Goat Astrology. I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Helena. Welcome.
Welcome. So we're just gonna do a chit chat today because that's the Pisces vibe. What do we got? Six things in Pisces? Seven? I don't know. North Node is there. Mars just moved in Pisces.
Mars is there now, yeah.
Mercury's
Sun,
retrograding.
Mercury.
Venus is at
Who
the edge of it.
else? Yeah, I think that was 6.
Yeah. So we're just gonna flow with the Pisces
Let's
vibe.
flow. Let's flow.
We're flowing. So I went to Chicago this past weekend, which is about 3 hours south of me, and taught a class for about 9 people. And it was so much fun. And the class was about abundance, prosperity, stepping into that, being in alignment with yourself to bring abundance and prosperity. And normally when I do these classes, I have a general idea of how I'm going to kind of dive in, right? So I dove in. I kind of explained how I look at astrology in the chart and how I see it as this musical piece that you can learn to play, and each of the planets is an instrument. So I explained that, and they were like, okay, we get it. They're all on board. So then I pulled up a chart, and then I started diving in. Girl, the way I dove in was so bass-ass backwards. I can't believe I went this way. And as I was doing it, I heard my logical brain going, what are we doing? And I was like, I don't know.
What are we doing?
So I started reading people's charts, not with their sun sign, not with their moon sign, not even with their rising. No, girl, I dove into their Chiron. Yeah. That's how I started class. I was like, let's hit you at your core fucking wound right here. Bam.
Yeah.
Like,
sweet.
What's that? Literally dove into their core wound. I was like, oh, wow. You don't feel good doing X, Y, and Z. And they were like,
yeah.
And it went well, but I'm not sure why I ended up hitting it from that angle. I've taught lots of classes. I've never gone from that angle before.
But I think it makes sense.
It does.
When you say it like that, it's like absolutely, because that's where we can see what's our fears? What's stopping you? What's holding you back?
Exactly. It's like, how are we going to have abundance if we do not know where we have this insecurity wound, right? This I'm not blank enough. I'm not good enough, smart enough, confident enough. Put in your word, right? But Chiron is the I'm not blank enough. And if we are going to have abundance, if we're going to get in alignment with our prosperity and whatever that looks like, financial, relational, we have to know where our wound is and when it gets triggered, how it gets activated, and how it shows up for us. So I'm up in front of these people, literally healing my wound, right? My Chiron is in Taurus in the 12th house. So how I interpret that is I have to heal the wound of self-reliance and valuing myself, right? And being loyal to my uniqueness. And 12th house is boundarylessness, right? There's no breaks, there's no walls, there's no anything between me and the next realm, right? Between me and the spirit homies, and between me and the past lives of these other peoples. I can just open their storybook. And while I'm talking to Marlene, I'm actually talking to Marlene's 86 past lives as well.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, that's me healing my wound literally in front of these people while I'm addressing their wound.
Oh.
It was so Pisces.
Isn't that amazing?
There was no structure. Amazing. There was no, it was just me flowing down the damn river and doing all the weird Pisces everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I was talking to a friend of mine about actually Chiron related things today too, because you and I have been talking because I have Chiron in Cancer.
Yeah. And you about to become a mama.
I am about to become mama, and I've had a lot of fears around that growing up. Like I never thought I would. I was sure that I can't get pregnant, and I've just had a lot of fears that does not come from this life or from me, because I have not experienced anything bad related to any of this before.
Exactly.
This comes from past lives, and. But I was talking to my doula today because now I decided I think we're gonna go through if she can make it work. I'm just waiting for her. Like, okay, she's just gonna check her schedule. But it's a friend of mine, and she's a doula, and she has been on a break, but now she's getting back to it, and it just feels amazing to have her there.
Good.
Um, with me. Side story, she does Reiki as well, and I had a Reiki session with her when I was pregnant. Like, I must have been like 1 week or something. Um. And in the session afterwards, we talked a little bit about what came up, and she said that she saw a baby being born, and I also saw.
Did you know you were
Um,
pregnant at this time?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
not at all.
So
This
there
was
was not
super
like
early.
conscious awareness. There was no positive
No,
test,
no, no, no,
but like the
no,
deed
not
had been done.
absolutely. The deed had been done. The seed was planted. And I also in the session there came a time, and I think this we probably saw this at the same time. And I saw a small little baby like growing. And she saw like a baby being born. And that was so cool because and we were like, oh, that was very cool. And then like fast forward a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. So she sort of like she was there for the for the first meeting or whatever
Yeah.
with the baby. So it's really nice to have her involved in this. Anyway, I was talking to her and telling her how much being pregnant has healed is healing me every day. And I know, like I told her, like I do not know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
No.
I don't take for granted, that everything will always be fine or that we can just only hope for the best and what will be will be. But I'm so grateful for this pregnancy so far because it's been so good for my healing and my Chiron in Cancer. And this little baby's doing that. She's helping me heal that wound,
Yeah.
that Chiron wound. Yeah.
Absolutely. And yours is in the sixth house, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the daily routines that come with being a mama, right? The wiping butts, the nursing babies, the cleaning up, the like that's that cancer healing, that cancer wound of tending to the home,
Mm.
tending to the emotions, doing the mama thing. Yeah, on a
Yeah.
daily basis. This is going to be an interesting shift for you here in the next as you go through the next cancer season, right? This summer,
Mm.
and you'll have just had the baby because you're due like right before. Is it during
I'm due
cancer
the
season?
day before. I'm due, well, I'm due the last day of Gemini season. So that's also funny that this girl would probably be a Cancer as well.
Yeah, it makes so much
Yeah.
sense. So much
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
And you do have Venus and Gemini. So either way, there's going to be lots of
Yeah.
connection energy.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting because I got a message. I did a channeling message for you a few years back now, probably
Mm.
two, maybe 2 years back. How long ago did I do that for you?
My memory is really bad, Laura.
Mine too.
So
I want to say it was, oh my gosh, because we've been now meeting online. Do you realize we've been talking for 4 years
five
now?
years?
4 years.
Four? Oh, yeah. I was gonna say it feels longer. It feels like we've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
It's like in a good way. Like
I
it
know if I don't
feels
get my
like,
Helena fix, I'm like, wait, what's
yeah.
happening? What do you
Yeah.
what do you
What
mean
am
we're
I
going
doing
two
this
weeks
week?
without talking? Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I need my Helena therapy talk. This is my
Yeah,
therapy.
absolutely.
So I think it was about 2 years ago. Um, I've been stepping into my mediumship. We were just talking about this before we hit record. I've been stepping into my mediumship or channeling abilities or whatever language you want to give it. I don't quite even have the full language for it, but I specifically have noticed I'm very good at tuning into babies and like
Mm.
baby spirit energy, right? And it's something I was tuned into all of my babies for years before they came.
Yeah.
Before the first three came, we waited for 5.5 years and tried for them and tried for them. So I was writing to them. I journaled to them all the time. I would describe their personalities. Like I knew
Mm.
they were there. And then it was
Yeah.
after those three, Saffron and Felix like came up in line and they like were in the waiting room sitting there. And I
We're
remember
next.
dialing into your little girl, and it was
Yeah.
very clearly a little girl, right? Like that was
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And she took me back to a past life of yours where you had had quite a few traumas and losses with
Mm.
miscarriages, and you did not, you had a lot of like conceiving, but not like a lot of the raising of the
Mm.
children. There was like
Yeah.
a break in that. Like it was the conception part happened, but not the giving birth and the raising of the children. And I remember
Mm.
feeling into your soul, and it was just so sad and broken. It was
Yeah.
so like it couldn't go through that again, right? It couldn't go through all those losses and heartaches again. And this little
Mm.
girl was very clear, like, I'm coming to heal this for you.
Yeah. Yeah, because even like, I was so surprised to even that I was pregnant. I'm like, what? What? I can do that? Am I really? And I was so like I was really doubting, and then we went for the first ultrasound, and I was so like relieved and surprised that I saw with my own eyes that there was a little baby in my belly. But still, it's like really hard for me to wrap my head around uh and sort of think that like it's almost like it's too much to hope. I don't want to like I'm almost a little scared still to hope for too much because I'm like, oh, are we gonna be that lucky? Am I gonna uh be able to take part of that magic of actually giving birth to a baby and taking care of and raising a child? Like
Yeah.
that seems so magical to me. And
Think about that. Think about that past life
yeah.
self of yours, right? That woman who yearned for that. She was like, I keep seeing her in like a country town on the edge of like Ireland somewhere. Like she
Mm,
was like an Irish woman over in like the seaside, right? Over on the with the
mm.
wind blowing in
It was
off
really
the
muddy. I remember it was really muddy, right? A lot of
yes.
mud. Yeah.
Yes. She was like this kind of little, not, I don't want to call it a shack, but this little,
Yeah.
very modest home out in the
Mm,
countryside of Ireland, right? In the northern
yeah.
part. It just feels and she was just like she was working with her chickens and her donkeys and stuff. And I remember tuning into her, and she just longed for this family and longed for these
Mm,
babies. And her heart was just so broken. And this little girl, I was like, I remember like, you have a little girl. She is coming. And she's like, I got you. I'm going to heal this. And like,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a spunky little girl. And guess
I
what?
remember that. Like we've known this, and it's so funny because it is the same energy that I'm feeling now, and she's so active, and
Yep.
it's really interesting because I also think that because of uh my past lives and past experience, I have been really shut to those emotions. I haven't wanted to open up that door because I've been too scared to because it hurt me so much in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been very like shut, and I've never like hoped, like longed in a way for children. I've been more like rational, like very Capricorn. Uh of
Well,
course,
your
like
Capricorn moon, let's talk about this because your moon is in
yeah.
the 12th house, and the moon is what we look to in the chart for the way you feel
Yeah.
specifically about mother and mothering and the way you mother, right? So
Yeah.
there's the moon is where we look to for that mothering energy. It's the planet
Yeah.
that's connected to that Cancer energy. So your
That's
moon is in the
true.
12th house, and it is logical in that sense, right? There is that
Yeah.
practical and very pragmatic kind of energy about your emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I feel like I have been really, like not daring to open that door of softness, like not daring to be soft. And so I haven't really felt her until like we have started talking about her, and I've been really, did these past life readings and actively tried to more so dig into this wound and like where is this coming from. But now when I'm in it, and by the way, I feel so comfortable being in it, which feels really good. Like a little scared sometimes too, but
Right.
still very comfortable. But now I am also feeling like another one. You know? I can feel the other one. I can feel
I do know,
the
Helena. I know this feeling
yeah,
well.
yeah. And I've never experienced that before because because I haven't been open to that. I don't I think I've been too scared to hope for this in my life. I've been too
Yeah.
hurt. So that door has been closed for me.
Think
Or
about that.
I have had that door
I've
closed.
been
Yeah.
too scared to hope. And I
Yeah.
mean, think of that wound in cancer that you're healing right now, right? Chiron
Yeah.
is the key to the healing of our chart. He literally is a key in the his glyph, right? His astrological glyph is like
Yes.
a little
Yes.
skeleton key,
True.
right? And so
Yeah.
you've never had that that dare to hope, and now you're opening to that and you're softening to that, and that wound is
Mm.
healing, right? The key is healing. And for me, it shows up with Taurus, with money and with
Yeah.
trusting myself, because it's at Pisces 12th house of surrender and trust. So for me,
Yeah.
it's surrender and trust that I can make money being a weirdo, and, trusting in my abilities that are very, very, very good, that my abilities are
Mm.
super, super talented. And they're really hard to explain. They're kind of
Mm.
intangible, right? The things I do is kind of intangible. Like I can sort
Yeah.
of give it I can show you your chart and I can sort of give you a tangibility. But what I do is very nebulous. It's very,
Yeah.
I bring spirit guides in, I bring past lives in, I bring astrology in, I bring your health and wellness in. And it's this whole little package of stuff that I do. But it's
Mm.
very 12th house, can't really touch it, and I have a hard time explaining it, right? So of course your
Yeah.
moon, now that you're opening and have, further along in your pregnancy, and of course your moon would be like, hey, I think there's hang on, I think someone else is at the door too.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
I love that.
Like I'm just so grateful. Like I didn't expect my pregnancy to I've never even expected to be pregnant, and I didn't expect it to be so um magical for me that I would be, because
Yeah.
I have been, well, I don't know if I still am, but I have been very much a worrying type of person.
Yeah.
Like worried and not really, not liking when things are out of my control so much. And when your body's changing, things are 100% out of my control.
100% out of your control.
Yeah.
Yes.
And feeling so comfortable with it is, I'm just so grateful to it. And I know that everyone doesn't have, like, people have tough pregnancies, and I'm not saying that this is better, whatever. This is probably what I needed because I have Chiron in, in Cancer. So if I would have had just, it's just there to help me. I just need that little push of this like nice pregnancy to help me with that wound. But
Absolutely.
would you say that what I said about I have been too scared to hope, that also applies to your Chiron? Like you've been too scared to hope for, being reassured and in this plane, like your Chiron
Heck yeah.
in Taurus 12th house.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot and that's my finances. Scared to hope about
Yeah.
finances. Yeah. Philip
Yeah.
and I am about to turn 44. Philip and I have been together since we were 16 and 17. He joined the Air Force right after high school and I followed him. And
Mm.
so he was just kind of always the financial stabilizer for the two of us while I went to college and was trying to get a degree. Because in the early 2000s, you go to college and you get a degree, and you go to
Mm.
college and then you get a degree. And I kept trying to do that. And finally, after 11 years of college and 6 different colleges, I finally got an associate's degree in marketing
Mm. Yeah.
and a dog training certificate. I'm a certified
Mm.
obedience trainer, animal professional, and it was it was something that I think I always strived for, like financial freedom and financial stuff, but I felt like it was always this elusive concept. Right, I'd get a
Mm.
job and that job wouldn't work out, and this then I'd work for this bozo, and he was a bad leader or bad, boss. So that wouldn't work out. And I just kept having these experiences over and over and over. I mean, 49 jobs. That's not a made up number.
No.
It took me a while to count them all and like list them all. 49 different jobs, sometimes at the same place, different roles, sometimes completely different places, but 49 different jobs, positions, and businesses, places I've worked at, to finally
Mm.
figure out that I have to be me in order to make the money.
Yeah.
And that wound of, can I rely on myself to do this? Can I do this? Can I really? can I really be financially stable by just being me? Is that a thing? Because
Mm,
when you've been burned and drowned and assaulted many lifetimes as a witch, just because you're a healer and you're a feminine healer and apothecary and aromatherapy and herbalism, and you were a pagan and you were sought after by powerful religious men and persecuted
mm,
many, many lifetimes in a row. It doesn't feel very good when your husband's like, hey, you should do this professionally and I'll stay home with the kids and you can go do this and support us financially. And I'm like, wait, wait,
scary.
wait, what? I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
You want
Talk
me
about really triggering that.
you want me to advertise that I can
Yeah.
do weird shit and tell people
Yeah.
out loud?
Yeah. Is that
Right,
safe?
right. So
Yeah.
that when you really dive into these wounds,
Yeah.
they're powerful. And when I was doing
Mm.
this class, girl, the first woman I talked to, I just want to, Andrea, if you're listening, I just want to like send you love. Like, thank you for being the first one for me to make cry
Mm.
immediately. Well,
Mm.
Andrea was lovely, but I honed in on her like a heat-seeking missile, and I just got her emotions to come up and out, and it was it was a wound of happiness. Like she's
Mm.
not being happy, she's not living in joy, she's not moving her emotions, and I honed
Mm.
in on that, like, and just opened it, right? I opened it and she was
Yeah.
crying and laughing, and I'm up there. I saw the word Zumba painted on like my friend's
Yeah.
ceiling. Now obviously it wasn't on her
Yeah.
ceiling, but in my mind it was like across this, and it was in the bubble like Zumba letters, right? Now those of you who don't know, Zumba is a workout that's like fun salsa dance kind of stuff. And I saw
Yeah.
this woman.
It's a lot of fun.
It's so fun. I saw her at Zumba class, like shaking her tushy, shaking her titties. And
Yeah.
I was, of course, demonstrating this in front of everybody on how this looks. And they're all
Yeah.
laughing with me, and I'm laughing. It's kind of like this comedy skit, right? But me up in front of people saying, oh, I just saw
Mm.
the word Zumba painted in front of my face. And oh, I'm getting
Mm.
this message. And oh, wow, okay, this just came through. I'm taking the intangible and I'm making it tangible. That's the
Mm.
Taurus in the 12th house Chiron wound. That's the only thing
Yeah.
I can understand from it. And then because Taurus has to do with stability and money, I feel like I have to keep bringing weird shit from the sky into the tangible
Mm.
realm, and then I'll keep making money. I, I think that's how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah. And I mean, we are here to not to shy away from our Chiron wounds. We are here to actually, yeah, put that key in that lock and unlock all of those emotions
Yes.
and unsafety that's around that because it's actually in the core, I think it's us feeling not safe when we're in that for you in those themes, for me in these other themes, and for everyone just apply it to wherever your Chiron is in what house and in what sign, and just to unlock that so that we can experience it and grow through it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not it's I mean it's not comfortable. It's
No,
scary.
I
But it
wouldn't say this
doesn't.
is fun. I wouldn't say healing your
Mm,
Chiron wound is fun. It has to be done.
yeah,
I I usually describe it as like if you just had surgery and had
yeah,
like a knee replacement or a shoulder replacement, you have to go to the physical therapist after surgery, and you have to exercise that, and you have to do movements to get it
yeah.
working again, right? So nobody likes those exercises. Nobody's like, yay, I
Mm,
get to go push myself through the pain. Nobody's like,
yeah.
woohoo, right? That's why you have a physical therapist person to
Mm,
slowly help you move and slowly give you these exercises. This is why you hire an astrologer to slowly
mm.
help you work through those wounds and slowly give you exercises to help you deal with that Chiron
I
energy.
love that you say slowly because there's no need to throw yourself out and like confront your worst fear the first thing you do. No, no, no. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to do this throughout your life. Take it step by step.
Heck yeah. And I think
Yeah.
it really starts. Chiron is the wound that I think we become aware of more consciously, I would say in our mid 30s. Like that's
Mm.
when Chiron starts to kind of show up. And then I've heard through a lot of astrologers and a lot of books and stuff, I've read that your North Node starts to kind of show up in your 40s. And then Saturn's lessons really start to like, you start to embody and embrace Saturn in the 50s. So
Mm.
we heal the wound, then we follow the soul's path, and then we
Yeah.
really work hard on the karmic mission. This is
Yeah.
my understanding of it. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good. Let's do
no,
it.
why not? Yeah. Let's do it.
Your chart's so interesting when I look at Saturn, though, because you're in that
Mm.
generation of Saturn conjunct Uranus. And
Yeah, lucky,
that's a
lucky.
fun little generation of the
It
88
is.
to 87, 88, 89 babies, right? The
Mm.
end of Sagittarius, early beginning Capricorn.
Yeah.
Saturn and Uranus did a little ditty together. They were dancing and being dance partners for a while in the late 80s. And Saturn is structure and rules and rigidity, and Uranus is fuck that shit.
Yeah, the Berlin Wall came down in 89.
Yes, ma'am.
That's very much Uranus conjunct Saturn, yeah.
100%. I love that you brought that
Mm.
up. That is exactly the epitome of a Uranus Saturn conjunction. We had
Mm.
this old regime and this old governmental structure, and Uranus is like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
let's
Let's try
let's
something new.
let's lightning strike that thing down, right? Let's
Yeah.
take that down and do something new. So for you, these are both conjunct each other, but they're in the 12th house, which
Mm.
I find so
Yep.
intriguing because, again, crap from the past is
Mm.
integrated or intertwined with your life now. Whenever you
Yeah.
have 12th house stuff, it's like that the experiences you've had as your soul has had, or
Mm.
let's pretend there is no like linear timeline. Maybe the experiences your soul is yet to have in the future, right?
Mm.
There's no boundaries between them.
Yeah.
So the karmic stuff you have to work on is literally understanding the nebulousness and the boundarylessness of
Mm.
your nervous system and all of the all of the stuff you came here to heal and work on. It's so
Yeah.
interesting to think of those two specifically and
Yeah.
together, and then you put them in the 12th house of like, we've done this before as a society, and now in this lifetime I have a role to heal X, Y, and Z stuff that's going to show up again
Mhm.
in this society.
Yeah. And I think it's so I just love how like thinking that time is not linear and that actually well past lives like for us to understand we say past lives but all of these lives I think that they are happening all at once and I think that you can also go into future lives
Mm-hmm.
in these
I agree.
like hypnosis states but it's so cool because, okay, so now in this life, in my body where I'm talking from right now, I have this astrology chart and I am focusing on a couple of things. And after I've done that, that doesn't mean that I'm done,
No.
In another life, probably happening around the same, at the same time as now, also, I'm working on something else. Like I'm still the same soul
Yep.
with the same mission, but I'm working on a different part.
Mm-hmm.
But so, because it's so interesting to think that yes, now I'm working on this Chiron in Cancer, and the more I heal that, I am able to heal myself in different timelines in different lives, and that doesn't mean that I will take away what happened. Like if I had, like all of these miscarriages, it doesn't take that away, but it helps my soul to understand and accept and heal.
Yeah.
And I just find that so interesting that we are, that all of these things are going on at the same time and just thinking about the soul's work.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me feel like astrology also is more real in a way because to me it wouldn't make sense like oh okay so I have this Chiron and then what I'm done when I heal that what's next
Right.
like no you're not done this is just a focus right now I hope in some life right now I'm working on like fixing it more like how to make more money as well because uh I would like that but it's not really my or being more organized I would love it if so another version of me in my soul is doing that somewhere else right now because it's not my focus right now.
Right.
And it's things that I'm not that great you know, I'm not that great with memory, my memory's shit. Uh, uh, s- Organizing a couple of other things, but I can't, you don't do everything in one lifetime.
Heck no. I mean, I'm trying, but I mean,
Yeah, you definitely are trying. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
giving it a go. I love when
Yeah.
I meet new people for the first time and they're like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "How much time do you have?" And they laugh and I
Exactly.
was like, "No,
Like,
I'm
let me
serious."
give this list.
Yeah, I'm genuinely serious. How much time do you have to talk about it? Because
Yeah.
what I do is it's not just a sentence.
Yeah.
And there
It's a
are
long sentence.
is there are a lot of humans who do come here to work on one thing, right?
Mm.
And that is their main focus is one thing. Like I think about people who are doing like specifically the space program and the people who design like the James Webb telescope and put that out into
Mm.
space. Those people have another language. Like obviously we have astrology as a language. They have
Mm.
another language that is very scientific and very it just speaks in the language of telescopes and refractives and stuff I just don't
Mm.
get. I don't understand. And I believe that there are certain humans that came here with a specific mission to do a
Mm.
very specific thing at this very specific timeline to move us forward or to, advance us in
Mm.
whatever way, shape, or form. And then I
Mm.
believe there's people like me who come here to do a whole lot of things and bridge people and make connections and do all of the I just keep seeing a bunch of like hummingbirds and dragonflies moving all over. Like there's like a lot of connectivity. And then
Yeah.
there's the one thing that one person is supposed to do. Girl, there are 8
Mm.
billion people on this planet. We
Mm.
all have unique missions and unique things. And some of us, like me, have a chart that's like, you are meant to consume and do a lot in this lifetime. And maybe that's because in a past life, I was stuck in I know I was stuck in a mental health asylum. I know I was.
Mm.
And I couldn't do anything in that lifetime.
Mm.
Right. So I feel like with me, I feel like I'm almost making up for lifetimes where I didn't get to do the mission. Right. If I
Yeah.
was a healer and I was an herbalist and I
Mm.
had an apothecary, but I was burned as a witch at age 26, how would I didn't finish that. I didn't get to finish what I was doing with healing and educating people and making them aware of their, physical health or whatever. I didn't get to do that mission. So in this lifetime, I had 12 years of helping people with their physical health as a health coach and
Mm.
aromatherapist. And then in another lifetime, maybe I was a spiritual healer and I was supposed to be helping people with their spiritual guides and their emotions and stuff. And that lifetime I got burned at the stake, right? I didn't get to do that. Well, in this lifetime, I'm also trying to do that as well. So I feel like me, if I really zoom out and think about my soul in this life, I feel like I'm trying to accomplish a bunch of shit that got cut off early in
Mm.
other experiences.
Yeah. Making up for lost time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
100%. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I never thought about it before, and I never like
Mm.
put it to words until right now. So I'm like,
Trying it out,
I'm
like
just trying
just
it out at the moment.
yeah.
It makes a lot of sense to me though, and I do know, especially with kids, because I have Saturn in the fifth
Mm.
house of kids and fun and play. And I
Yeah.
do feel like I'm the killer of fun and play a lot of times. And I'll walk in the house and be like, "What are you doing? Have you cleaned the house? Why are you playing and having fun?" And then I'm like, "Whoa, Laura, whoa, who is
Like the
that?
principal from Matilda.
For real, for
Yeah.
real." And I watch shows like that, and I kind of like, I identify with that person
Makes you feel uncomfortable.
a little more than I feel like I should identify with that person, right?
Yeah.
And when I think back on that, like, what was my experience with children where I was really like not good to them? And every time I think on that subject or that line, I go back to this fat, balding white man who is like, I want to say in the 1920s, maybe even the 19 teens, he was a
Mm.
factory owner and he
Mm.
owned a textile factory and he had kids as his workers and they
Mm.
were paid next to nothing. And I worked them all that, well, he worked, I didn't, he worked them all the time. And I remember like I tune into this guy and he just, if he could eat money, he would have. Like he wanted
Yeah.
money, 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 which is probably some of the wounds I have to heal in this lifetime with money too, right?
Mm.
And he just didn't give a shit about the kids or their health or their families or anything. He didn't pay them well. He just wanted profits and profits, and he worked
Mm.
these kids to the bone. So every time I think about what did I do to kids in a past life, that like
Yeah.
I have 3 teenagers and 2 toddlers. So I feel like I'm being tortured sometimes, right? Like, come on. I really am. And then when I dive in, that's the image that shows up is this ass hat of a guy
Yeah.
who is just yucky, right? The epitome of like corporate white man in America, right? Like bleh. Like everything I
Mm.
kind of hate right now.
Mm. Yep.
And that's my soul's experience. I know it without a doubt. I 1000% know without a doubt that that was a life I lived, and the healing with children in this
Mm.
life and the learning to respect them and respect their wishes and homeschooling them and letting them choose their
Mm.
life, and just the way we do it is because of that ass hat that my soul experienced, and the life I
Yeah.
experienced as this really gross guy. Like he was a
Yeah.
gross. In the image too, he's always pulling a hanky out of his pocket and sopping up his sweat,
Oh.
like he's always
Yeah. Yeah.
sweaty and
No.
you can totally picture him, right? And like
I can.
bald on top with like the white around the sides, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he wore like a bowler hat or a top hat kind of energy, and he always wore this kind of like a suit or tuxedo kind of energy. Like he wanted to show he had money,
Like the
right?
evil Monopoly
Yeah,
man.
totally.
Yeah, like if he would dress up and go to a party, he would have looked like the Monopoly man.
The evil Monopoly man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. Yes. You're just like slowly fading into the darkness over there. It's
I
so
know.
good.
Now this the light is leaving quickly.
We
But
were
I'm
all
so happy
excited.
that we have some light.
Yeah, we were all excited when we started. I was like, "Oh, look, it's still light by you," and she's like, "I know it's five
No.
o'clock and there's still light," but now it's done.
No, yeah, I was so happy because I went to the kitchen. The kitchen is on the north side, and I had sun there. So like afternoon sun on the north side of my place is something I haven't experienced since I don't know, October.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be crazy to live as far north as you do. Like, I mean, I know I live north, but you're like way more north than me.
I'm the same as like Stockholm, Sweden. We're like the same latitude as Antarctica.
Yeah, yeah, you're up there. So your light
Oh,
shifts are really
no, I mean
far.
Alaska.
Alaska, yeah.
Yeah,
Your light shifts are really dramatic
they are. They
because
are.
you don't have any light for a while, right? A couple days at least.
In winter?
In winter, is there a couple days where you don't see the sun?
Yeah, not. I mean, because it's sometimes it's very cloudy, but in Stockholm, I would say the sun is up for between like 9:40 in the morning until it starts going down again around 1 in the afternoon. But far up north in Kiruna, the sun does not rise above the horizon.
And
It
how
doesn't make it over the
I'm
horizon.
always curious about like people's mental health up there. Like, are they
Yeah,
okay?
me too. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if they are. And then, yeah, so it's, that's why us Swedes, we are crazy about the summer and about sunlight. Like now, when the sun's out, like everyone goes outside and we just turn our faces to the sky, like close our eyes and like trying to soak up those rays and just
Yeah.
like,
Give me the
heal
vitamin
me.
D. Bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely something I love watching because the way our land is set up, our driveway is positioned towards the west. And
Mm.
the road we live on goes directly north and south. So we get to actually watch the sunset way over towards the north in summer at the
Nice.
summer solstice, and at the winter solstice it sets way over towards the south, and then in the equinoxes it sets right at our driveway. So our driveway is
Yeah.
like the spring and the fall equinox. And the last couple days I've been watching it get closer and closer. I'm like, a couple more weeks and it's gonna be
Yeah, and
here.
then we're there.
And it's like
Yeah.
the halfway point is our driveway. It's a really fun kind of thing that we've noticed. But I know for me, this Pisces season tends to get a little bit rough. It's
Yeah.
still darker, it's getting lighter, but it's cloudy. Like it's slowly starting to come out, right?
Yeah.
The sun is slowly starting to emerge, but it's still that
Yeah.
nebulous time frame.
It is, and I always feel like I'm so tired in in Pisces season, and we're supposed to rest a lot, but it's also I feel like when it's about the sun, like the sun coming back is almost a little painful because it's very strong, and that those strong rays hitting us is like something that we up here north haven't experienced for a long time. And there's a Swedish author and poet that wrote a poem that has a line that says, "Does like doesn't it I'm not gonna be able to translate this perfectly and make it sound as good, but it goes something like, it hurts when the flowers bloom. When the bud cracks
Mm.
open.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bud cracking open is almost it's so beautiful that it's painful. And it's also like, because it's also so much work. It's like birth. And that's how I feel now. It's like, it's almost like a little painful for the body. Like it's because you're so tired, and then you see the sun, and you're like, I am alive, but it's hard, you know?
Yeah. Like all the
Yeah.
grass is waking up and all the bugs waking up. The other day I started hearing birds chirping. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
birds. Cool. Right.
Yeah.
There's a fly flying around in my window that just started to wake up from his winter slumber. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's things are starting to wake up. And I know right before we started recording, you were asking me where Pisces falls in my chart. And it's a little interesting because it's in the 10th into the 11th house. It's halfway to the
Yeah.
10th, halfway the 11th. So for me, I would love to rest.
Mm.
And, and, uh, it's hard to rest when the sun is going through your 10th house of work and your 11th house of
Mm.
community,
Mm.
right? So we have to remember Pisces is two fish swimming in different directions. So there's part of me
Yeah.
that absolutely wants to go down to Chicago and teach people classes. Absolutely. And after I taught that class, I energetically crashed for about 48 hours.
Yeah.
I gave everything I had. And then I came home and I had to literally plug back in and
Mm.
recharge. My batteries were so drained. Now that happens to me occasionally, but nothing like this unless it's
Mm.
Pisces season. Like that's when I
Yeah.
get like completely sucked dry. So you were saying before, how do you do work, but also how do you rest at the same time? And the feeling that is coming through to me this year specifically is that I need to be stepping more into these psychic abilities, mediumship abilities, connectivity abilities that I'm developing, right? That are growing stronger in me each year. And the birth of Felix is definitely one of the biggest propellers for me into that realm.
Mm.
And now I'll be turning 44. And then 2 weeks later, he turns 3. So we're kind of at this new age of separation between mama and baby. So I usually nurse my babies until they're about 3, and then I wean, and then they're on
Mm.
their own. So this is a year of I guess that separation of where I'm now like really separated from him completely, right? We're gonna be weaning, and now I'm gonna be on my own. And I feel like he's such a magically intuitive child. He's had me channeling while I was pregnant with him. Like he really opened me into that next realm. And I almost feel
Mm.
like in a way he's starting to like slowly set me free and like, okay, mama, you can do it on your own now. And I've
Oh.
never said this out loud, but the way I'm thinking about it makes so much sense. Where like, of course, he's the teacher and he's the guide, and I'm the student, right? That's how it is
Mm.
when you're a parent. When you become a parent, You don't know shit. Okay. By the way, let me just tell you, Helena, you don't know what you're
Yeah.
doing. That baby knows everything, right? They come here
Yeah.
fully programmed with all of the things. Our
Mm.
job is to let them teach us how to unlearn what we've learned.
Yeah.
That's literally their job, is to teach us that. And so I feel like at 3 now, he's like, okay, I've done my work. You can go. Like he's like setting
Yeah.
me free in a
Oh
weird way.
my.
And
Yeah.
and this year feels really important for me, that I really step into more sessions or more readings with people, or I guess sharing my abilities more beyond astrology. Like astrology,
Yeah.
yes, that might be the doorway to open it, but then there's like a whole, you know, a whole sanctuary of fun stuff to explore once I
Yeah.
open the door. So now I'm supposed to be leaning into that. And I think you would ask me a question like, what does that look like for you? And I think it does look like practicing meditation on a
Mm.
daily basis, right?
Yeah.
If I have a Zoom call scheduled for an hour, cool. Now I need to have a meditation call scheduled for an hour. And that's literally just me and my spirit guides on our own little magic Zoom
Absolutely.
doing that.
Absolutely.
So Pisces season is interesting for everybody because it's in different parts of their chart, right? My younger brother, this is his rising sign. So he's having to
Yeah.
show up and rise into that mystical, artistic, flowing energy. For you, it's right in the middle of your first house. So you're learning to step into that identity of it,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So it shows up so different for everybody based on where it is in their chart and what planets they have there. My friend Mary Louise, who I'm doing the Journey to the Soul book program with, she has
Mm.
3 planets in Pisces: her Sun and Mercury and her Moon, I believe. But they're all in the 9th house of publishing and speaking and
Yeah.
broadcasting. And she told me this year, I really want to have a publishing company. And I was like, well, how convenient. I have one. I just started. Do you want to run it? Because I can't do
Yeah.
all of the things. Like I know I
Yeah.
think I can, but I really can't. So it
Mm.
felt very like Piscean, where it just like flowed, right? She just flowed up to me, and I was like, hey, I have this role for you. And she's like, perfect. And then she took the role and like flowed off, and like very Piscean, in and out,
Yeah.
nebulous kind of energy. So we just published our Journey to the Soul book. So it's out, available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and our website, journeytothesoul.love. And
Amazing.
so our book just got published, and it's about listening to your intuition. It's about following
Mm.
your flow and trusting the inner ping that comes from inside you, and listening to that divine guidance and what that looks
Yeah.
like. So each woman in the book wrote their chapter on their intuitive ping. Perfect time to
Mm.
publish it during Pisces season, right? And then Mary Louise has got all this Pisces energy in her 9th house, and she's like, I'm going to become a publisher. And I was like, here, let me support you. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. So I love watching how this flows and shows up for
Yeah.
all the people in all the different ways. But girl, I have been hearing so many people lately talk about job changes and their financial
Mm.
changes and their business changing and things like that. And I'm over here going, yeah, you can thank Saturn. Thank Saturn for that. Yep. Everyone I know is having a
Mm-hmm.
shift with the way they do work, the way they go to work, the work itself.
Yep.
Everything is shifting. Saturn is the planet of work and structure, and he's in Aries. And I don't know if you guys know much about Aries, but Aries gets bored real easy and does not like the same old repetition. So
Yeah.
this energy is asking us to create a structure around new stuff that's a
Yeah.
lot more fun, a lot more playful, and not so damn boring.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I think
It's
so.
very exciting.
I think so. So when you combine that with, just looking at my situation personally, somebody who's got this astrology gift and this health and wellness gift, and now this intuitive gift, Aries, Saturn, and of course Neptune there is pushing me into this arena of like, go, do more,
Yeah. Yeah.
expand more, do your weirdness more, and
Yeah.
build a structure around the weirdness. And then Pisces, I think, is just all the planets there just helping to support
Mm.
the flow of that. Now,
Mm.
again, how this shows up for you or, my husband or whoever,
Mm-hmm.
completely different, but we're all feeling it.
Yeah.
We're all feeling it.
We are. We
What
are. And
advice do you have for people who are feeling it? What's coming for you for advice? What would you give them?
that are feeling Saturn, the Saturn, Neptune, and Aries.
Combined with the 6
I
planets in
think,
Pisces, what would you tell them?
yeah, I think that, well, for right now, I think that those ideas that you're getting and that excitement that you're having, uh, harness that right now and spend the next 3 weeks, you know, maybe doing some research, maybe daydreaming about them. Like you don't need to do anything tangible yet, but I think it's a great time to bring them down into Pisces world and like sort of uh blend, mix them in with your soul a little bit. Like with Pisces, like is this, is this does this feel aligned with me? Is this
Mm.
is this soulful? Uh
Oh,
and
is this
then when we
soulful? Oh, I love
yeah,
it.
and then when the sun goes into Aries as well, then you can take action.
Yeah.
And it might be that you're having an idea about something. And then maybe during these couple of weeks, because we have Mercury in retrograde, there's a lot of, we're still in eclipse season, maybe that idea is going to morph and change.
Yeah.
So it might not look like the idea you initially had, but it's going to come from that idea. And then
Mm-hmm.
you act on whatever it is that stays with you and keeps you excited when we step into Aries season.
Absolutely. I love that
Yeah.
advice. I love that advice so much.
Hmm.
Well, I just want to send love to everybody around the world. I know there's a lot of hurt right now, a lot of hard things, and Pisces is also known for its compassion and its empathy.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to quote Mr. Fred Rogers. His mother would tell him, when there's hard things in the
Hmm.
world, you need to look for the helpers. Look for the
Yeah.
helpers. There are always people helping. There are always people that are showing love and kindness. And when you're feeling down or sad or depressed about the state of the world, look for the helpers, because they are
Hmm.
definitely there. And
Yeah.
send love, you guys. I know it sounds cliche, but the Beatles had it right. All you need is love. And
It's very true.
we really have to learn to love each other for
Hmm.
our differences, and we have to learn to appreciate each other in ways that are kind of incomprehensible right now. Like we haven't gotten to a
Hmm.
point in our society where we really can love each other for our differences instead of fighting over them. And
Yeah.
I'm just
It was so
I'm
used to
working on it
fighting.
with 5 kids in the house right now, right? Like I'm working
Yeah.
on it every single day about like that. Your brother doesn't function like you. Stop getting mad at him for right. I'm literally trying
Mm.
to teach it on a core basis here with my children. So, I
Yeah.
mean, we're all doing the work, and I just want to send everybody some love from my little office here in Wisconsin, just
Mm.
sending everybody who's hurting, just know that
Yeah.
you're not alone, and we will all get through this together. Find a community of people that you can share your hurts with, and that you can learn to laugh with and have some joy
Hmm.
with, and do some good in the world, right? How can you be
Yeah.
a helper?
Yeah. That's amazing.
Well, thanks everybody for
That's
tuning in.
amazing.
And if you feel so compelled to go pick up a copy of Journey to the Soul and check that out, I certainly would appreciate it. I think it's a very good book. I'm very proud of it. And yeah, thank you for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for joining us this week. Be sure to like and support the show by sharing with a friend or joining us on Patreon. And you can buy us a tea or coffee and financially support us. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated.